well. Stay home, stay safe, always stay online. Now you see here, yesterday we have started with the small program with a function. So that was the introduction class for a function, how to write a function. And today we are going to see what is a function and what is the necessity of a function in a program and how we are going to declare a function without any return statements and how you are going to write a function with return statements. What is the use of returning a value from a function? So today first of all we are going to see what is a function. So if you see there, yesterday we have written a small function that you know that, right? Each and every function must start with the keyword def and a function name and then input parameters, then body of the function will be there and print statements will be there at the last. Now that is the thing. Now you are going to see what is a function. See, the function is a set of statements that take input values and do some specific computation and produce outputs. Okay, so if you see yesterday we have started with a function for an area of a rectangle. So main functions will be, main program will be there and we are going to get inputs from the user, and we call the function def with the area, name of the function was area and input parameters length and breadth, right? So that is a set of statements, and the set of statements of a function may be calculation or producing some other outputs. Okay, so it will be carried out some the required task of a particular programmer. Suppose the programmer wants to find out some other calculation for finance department or banking or any other thing. He has to write a big program. In between he has to have some of other functions. Main functions will be there. Why we need such functions? Need of a function is some bundle of statements, set of instructions that you want to use repeatedly many times. So those kind of things will be now given as a function. Okay, for example, if you see here, yesterday we have written a small function. Similarly, for many calculation purpose we can have a small function. For every field we have so many calculations. So those kind of calculation, important calculations will be made like a set of instructions, and it will be given some other heading, and then input parameters will be passed through that. What is the input parameter? The input parameters are the one which has been given as the input to this particular function to execute or to calculate some other problems. So for problem solving purpose we are doing programming. Now in the programming we have so many functions which will have some calculations or some other processing will be there. So it must print something, or it has to give some outputs, or else it has to return some value. This is what the main purpose of function. Okay, that is what the main function purpose of a function. Why we need some set of statements, always these set of statements to be executed so many times in a program. So in order to avoid to write the same codings again and again, we are just going to write only one time the whole bundle of the set of instructions and give a title for that, and input parameters will be passed as the arguments there. So this is what the thing, and then the processing will be calculated by the programmer and it has to produce some result output. Okay, so some functions may return value, some functions may give the print statement inside the function itself. So yesterday we have seen a function which returns, which won't return any value, but it prints something in the function itself. When you are calling a function, it must produce some other outputs, or it has to return some value. So yesterday we wrote a small function that prints some outputs. Area of a rectangle, it finds the value of area of a rectangle and just it prints in this particular function itself. It won't return value. But now today we are going to see some other functions. We are going to create some other functions which returns value. If you see here, a return statements ends the execution of a function called the returns. The value of the expression following return keyword. So the value which is going to return back to the calling program will be given in return keyword. So a keyword which used to returning back of any particular values or expressions or any particular expression or particular values or particular special some other things can be returned back to the calling program. So today we are going to see how to write a program with return statement. So this return statement is used to return a particular value to the calling program. That's it. Today we are going to see some of the programs. We are going to write some of the programs which return some value. Okay, let's see that.